Tonight could be the night, man.
Tonight, you can do
Tonight's the night. Are we live? Are we live? Of course we're live. It's the Westminster Variety Show, episode 64.
64.
With super special guest, one part repeat, one part not repeat, Galactic Hobos. What's going on, dudes?
What up?
Hey.
We got you in the studio this time.
Yeah.
Sweet. You guys are real quick. Give the names, your names in your duo. Do you have space names or is it real people's names?
Hobo too.
Totally, yeah. He's the other hobo, and I'm the other hobo.
Sweet.
Someone when I'm referring to him, he's the other hobo, and when he's referring to me, I am.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Galactic Hobos. I know these people in good form. I know these kind folks from Canada, the land to the north. Hey, Ollie, you guys like beer up there? Of course you like beer up there.
We talk about beer all the time.
Yeah, today we're just breaking down the politics of America. That is what we won't be doing, but it's perfectly fine if you like beer. Anyway, yeah, know these dudes from Electric Love Music Festival. That's my connect to you guys. Ollie, I've known I've probably known you both for more than a year, but certainly just met you both in performance mode this year. You guys were crushing it on Thursday night at the beginning of the, 4 days this year? 4 nights?
It was 4 days, but 3 nights. We did have music on Sunday as well.
4 days, 3 nights. Awesome. Yeah. So a couple little anecdotal things other than how we met. That little intro tune that was going on there, that was from that was Swag from the Vans on My Feet EP. A little bit of kind of 4 on the floor, breakbeat, broken beat hybrid thing. Pretty cool stuff. Thanks for anybody that supported that one. It charted pretty well, and as with most releases, as Ollie also knows, they go up, they go down, they fall off, right?
They're going.
Just happy to be there. So that was happening for me. What else coming up? We usually talk about a few things, stuff anybody's got coming up, where to find people, so anybody that tunes in now or later can go find people, things like that. So where can everybody find you guys? I know I have a few URLs here and stuff, but which one's your favorite for people to find Galactic Hobos online?
Yeah, we use
Over there.
yeah. So yeah, we're on Spotify. That's where you can kind of access all of our releases. Spotify/Galactic Hobos. I'm not sure. Search Galactic Hobos.
If you're a casual listener of music, not like if you did a download music for gigs,
Right.
iTunes, the internet, search Galactic Hobos and you will find us.
Or on Facebook.com/Galactic Hobos.
Do you guys know what actually comes up if you search Galactic Hobos, just generally on Google? Is it just you guys, or is there some other super funny stuff there?
Yeah, we're at the top. I know there's like some when we picked the name. There's like some guy who had a YouTube video from like 3 or 4 years ago that had like views and like never posted anything else. We're like, yeah, we can probably take the name. But
yeah, dude.
Yeah, why don't you Google us right now? See what comes up.
You're right. I did. I'm doing it. For the most part, it's just you guys, right? Your tracks, Gonna Party featuring Bunny. That looks like you guys.
Yep.
Acting Up featuring Bunny. That looks like you guys. I know that was in your bio and junk that we were talking about. I'm not sure if y'all are doing the Galactic Hobos Arena.
No. Hopefully one day we'll be able to come close to filling one.
Yeah, or the Galactic Hobos at St. Mary's. that might be something different. But it's pretty cool. You got a nice long look at you guys doing things right with your 1 year in, and you've got you got all your cool shit on the first page, your songs. You got. I'm just continuing reading for anybody that's listening or watching. Go check these dudes out. Look at them go. You got some stuff you did with Fort Knox 5. Maybe you played at a party with them.
Yeah.
We opened for Fort Knox 5 in
Sweet.
Vancouver.
You got Sticky Buds on there as well. Is that the same party or different parties?
That was we opened for Sticky Buds up in Kelowna at the Sapphire Club.
Nice.
It was super dope.
That was lots of fun.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
Yeah, cool. And then let's see. What else? I think then it starts to slide off into. There's Royal Blood in there. I know you've done some stuff with them, played with them, or maybe done a track. The what is it? Adapted Records. Yeah, man, you guys are crushing it on that. So just go. Bottom line, just go Google Galactic Hobos. If you can't spell that, I can't help you, folks.
Go to the internet. You'll find us.
I can't help you. Yeah, that's good stuff. So tell me, all the gibberish out of the way, you got anything coming up, releases or events that might not show up on the Google search?
Doing a Shania Twain remix that's really secretive right now, so no, I don't know. We're kind of just.
Are you seriously doing a Shania Twain remix?
Shania Twain track. That was a joke.
My awesome sense of humor there. No, we're just kind of in recovery mode from festival season. We have just finished an EP that we're shopping around right now, and we'll let you know when that gets picked up, and then we'll put together. No, nothing really.
Yeah.
End of festy season and all. You guys were crushing it there. You guys were all over the place, man. Where all were you at?
What's that? Sorry.
Where all were you for your first year of, so yeah, I mean, I'm not doing anything coming up either. Like I'm, for a lot of us, maybe listeners, especially fans that aren't DJs or producers, a lot of DJs, producers, kind of end of the season in general is like, basically once you get into October, it's kind of like, across the U.S., across most of Canada, I think, North America, basically, I think that's kind of the end of festival season, quote unquote. So like, most of us, myself included, I did that one last party that we talked about last week on here. I had the guest from your neck of the woods, Thug Shells. That was fun. She did the emceeing at Electric Love Music Festival with me for you guys. That was fun. I think she's from Edmonton. Yeah, anyway, then we did that party like the last weekend in September, and that's kind of it for me for a little bit, other than releases. But for gigs, I'm not really doing anything for the next foreseeable while. So that's kind of the case for a lot of people. And, sounds like you guys are the same. So you're in the studio. Yep.
Yeah, we're just, we're working on a bunch of, we're actually just rehashing some tunes that we started a year ago and just kind of adding that Galactic Hobos kind of sound into it.
Okay.
Not seeing, just getting a lot more remixes kind of done for those live shows. It's always nice to have a few in your back pocket that are your own, that are remixed.
I don't know anything about that. It's terrible to have your own live music with you, dude. All right, so then let's take it back on the Galactic Hobos tip and go to the beginning, because even though I knew you guys, I don't think I was there for the birth of the Galactic Hobos. So take it back, tell people, the beginning, all that good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Like Jeff and I, we share the studio. So I was in here working on a session, and he was coming in the afternoon and walked in, and basically it was just like, oh my God, this is super sweet. And we just started sitting down. We sat down for like 3 or 4 hours. We taught some ARP, a vocal, a whole bunch of stuff. And that's actually the tune that came out on Adapted Records called Acting Up.
Nice.
So, and after that, it was just kind of like, once we finished that one, we thought about, a name. It went back and forth for, I think, maybe 4 months. And finally, what were we like?
We went through a few names that we chose or we're thinking about.
But we were judges for Electric Love Music Festival artists. I think this was about a year ago. And
Okay.
And I think you know her. You know Carmen, right?
Yep,
Carmen.
for sure. What up, Carmen?
She actually said outside, we're all just hanging out outside, and she's like, you guys should call yourself Galactic Hobos. And for that second, I knew that we needed that name. It took a little bit for Jeff, but he finally came around, and it stuck.
Yeah,
so that's
definitely. I definitely embraced it wholeheartedly. Like, I'm a sci-fi nerd anyway. I don't know why they were thinking it's like sort of like embrace it. Like, yeah, it's the name, and it's
So, go ahead. Sorry, there's a little delay there. Go for it.
and then like once I embrace it, like I jump in like head first. Like I'm my life is the Galactic Hobos. It's kind of
That's going to be your biography one day. My life with the Galactic Hobos, right?
Go to our SoundCloud page and read our bio.
Dude, some of your pictures are epic. I mean, I had one up on the thing there, but there's definitely some other good ones. Who comes up with these things? I'm going to drop a couple in here as we talk, but like, is this you guys? Like, what on earth is going on here, dudes? I'm gonna bring one up here. Hold on, just 1 second. Yeah, check that one out.
Oh, yeah,
Please explain how this photo was done, other than just Photoshop.
Yeah, that was a little photo shoot we did in Granville Island, and Jeff actually photoshopped that and tossed that background on there.
Yeah, I mean that's some quality stuff right there, dude. Let me tell you.
The foot is pretty great. Like I don't know how we caught that.
It's so clear.
It's so clear. Like it's.
What is the other image from? For anyone that listens later, we're going through some photos of these guys. They're 1 year in. They got a photo shoot. I'd say they don't know what the hell they're doing, but it's pretty awesome looking. So whatever. Obviously, they know what they're doing, right? You're on the variety show. Of course, you know what you're doing. Yeah. What's this next one coming up? Hold on. There you go. What's that one all about?
Yeah. It's the same shoot. We're just different locations, and we found this bench, and that's probably one of our better ones.
Yeah,
we definitely look relaxed in that.
Yeah, for sure.
You do. You don't look stressed out there. I don't know if I told you, guys, but I ran. So at Burning Man this year, I ran this next one coming up. I'm going to give my own anecdotal story to it. So I ran the 50K at Burning Man, and that's 50K, not 5K. So that's 50K for. See, if I say 50K to you guys, does that compute quickly for Canadians?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what, like 5 times around Stanley Park.
Right. So if I say 50K to any of my American friends, they're immediately like, "How far is that in miles?" Understandable. It's like 31.1. But anyway, point being, at Burning Man, there's this just long time, myth and joke about Daft Punk playing at the trash vents. So this one, when I saw this photo of you guys, I kept thinking, like, I couldn't help myself but think, like, there was a sign out there. So you basically run 5 times around Burning Man, or 4.5 roughly. And anyway, there's a little sign sitting out there every year. Someone does something different. More than one person does it sometimes, and they make jokes about Daft Punk playing here. And someone will do a little art piece that looks like Daft Punk is actually playing there, or whatever. Anyway, that's kind of what this reminded me of.
Cool.
Are you guys fans of Daft Punk?
A lot of running, man. Like, was that over the whole time you were there, or?
No, dude. That is definitely a non-runner question. No, man, it's an actual event. and you run the all of it in order. I'm going to put one more photo up while we're talking. There's another good one of you guys. That's playing. I think that's at Electric Love Music Festival, right? Yeah, it is. Awesome. Yeah, it's all at once, Ollie. You start at about 5 a.m. And if it makes you guys feel any better, I DJ'd earlier that morning from 2 to 3 a.m. I DJ'd, and then I took a 1 hour nap, and I woke up and went and ran that race.
You're a freaking trooper, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of running, man. Like that's. Yeah.
Do you have any of those in Canada that you'd like to recommend to me?
Are you an avid runner? There's lots, man. You can come up to Vancouver and run the BMO Marathon. Are you a marathon guy? Is that like your thing, or like?
I definitely, in terms of exercise things that I'm actually can be disciplined about. Yeah, I would say running is high on my list. I'm hunting for one in the next 6 months. That's like another 50K. I actually really enjoyed it. It was easier than a marathon. Some people will be like, "What?" But yeah, to me, it was easier than a marathon because I slowed down a little bit. So I really just pretty casually ran it. It was pretty nice.
I would have been tired just casually strolling that Burning Man. I think.
Have you guys? Wait a minute. What were you saying, Ollie?
What's going on?
Oh yeah, it would just be retarded. You'd be like, "Why are you doing this? This makes no sense." So anyway, let me. Back to you guys? What with your releases and music and stuff? What's your discography at this point? You got a few. I know that I put a few in the comments. I put on Adaptive, of course, on Electric Love Music. I think that was your first. But what's kind of out there for people to listen to?
Both of us have an extensive one on our personal front before we created the Galactic Hobos. But
yeah.
This one was.
Yeah, we've got
Acting Up
Flip, Secondhand Spaceship,
Fake News.
Fake News. Brings us back to politics a little bit.
We don't do that. We're not doing. There's none of that today.
Funkline and Sinker, yeah.
We have
remixed by Rob.
Funkline and Sinker, lovely. I love it. What's the Galactic Hobos? You got a year in, and ironically, I guess it's the year of Canadians 1 year in, because that was a similar story to Thug Shells there as a rapper. Was 1 year in. But for you guys, where do you go from here, man? What's the dream? What's the Galactic Hobos dream? You've been doing. You told me you got light. You're going light speed and all these other things. What's going on?
Downhill from here, man.
We want to. The next step is kind of like we've done kind of a BC tour. We want to kind of extend that into Eastern Canada, and then after that, hopefully grow down to the States and the southern part of America, basically. Mexico and that area is over to Europe, maybe Australia. Those are for kind of live gigs. And then for the studio, we're just trying to get as many songs finished and just kind of ready for release. Only being a year in and DJing live, just being busy on like our personal lives. We haven't really been able to get out as many songs as we'd like. So we definitely got to kind of create our arsenal. Even for live shows, just being able to play the majority of the songs, which are.
So I think this is always an interesting point. So Galactic Hobos, you got going, you put out a couple tracks, you're DJing, primarily DJing at this point, right? I mean, you were DJing when I saw you at Electric Love. Maybe that's not the case in all of your things.
DJing what?
I don't understand.
You were DJing at. I'm saying your performances so far have been just DJing, or DJing and some live work as well.
Well, we had at Electric Love, we had some live elements. We did a song called with Obi called Stutter. It's not currently released. It's on part of an EP that we just finished, so we're just shopping around right now. We've incorporated live parts and elements to our sets.
I guess when I say live, I just mean like out there, like performing.
gigging versus being.
Oh yeah, I mean, trust me, I'm interested what people mean when they say live, because I tried I tried a version of live, no pun intended, using Ableton Live for about 6 months back in probably, I don't know, 2015 or 16, and I was basically cutting up all my own songs into clips. And you guys work in Ableton? What do you work in?
We do work Cubase.
Okay. Well, you may be familiar. Ableton's got that session view, which is kind of like much more like a spreadsheet, than columns and rows, more so than like a timeline editor. And so that kind of corresponds to any number of these, 10 or 12 by 12, button grid type controllers like push and machine and other things, right? So anyway, you could. That's why I say quasi live, because you're not. I mean, to me, you're not like playing live, like as in a guitar live or a keyboard live. You're launching clips, which is fine. That's a form of live to me. But what a pain in the ass it was to prepare for. So, so I quit doing that.
No, that's a lot. Like typically with our shows, we work with quite a few vocalists, so. Any of the songs that we are working on in the studio, we typically invite them out to our DJ sets, and they'll perform over top of the track, type thing. But other than that, we're not
DJs,
really,
just DJs. How long did it take you guys to learn to DJ? That's one of my favorite questions on here. How long did it take you guys to learn to DJ?
The era when we actually played on like vinyl, we used to like go to gigs where like playing clubs where we show up with like 5 like full of vinyl, and so I don't know, it took longer than it would like with sync off.
Sure.
When I started DJing, I had 2 belt-driven turntables in my room.
I remember they were just record players. They weren't even like
you could change the pitch, but the pitch was actually a little circular knob.
You couldn't even grab it like that. It was like flat. It was just like yeah.
So that was when I was I think I was 18. Yeah, we've known each other forever. We used to go to high school.
Yeah.
Oh right, cool. Oh, that's right. Was you joking when you said you met at Space Camp?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We got Space Camp in America, dude. What are you doing over there?
Yeah, I think it's Space Camp. Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. I'm setting you up. Roll with your own story. It says Space Camp on your bio. It says you guys met as kids at Space Camp. I was in Hook, Line, and Sinker. It's like the name of one of your songs almost.
Galactic Hobos allowed us.
Space Camp. We should name a track.
We should do more like an album or an EP. Space Camp. Yeah.
I think so. Wait a minute. Did I confuse it? Wait a second. I'm not going down like this, man. It says literally. I'm going to read this now that I'm fucking everything up. After meeting at NASA Space Camp as kids, our heroes had dreams of becoming world-famous space explorers. As they grew, so did their love of Earth, music, and their solo careers. But soon after, they became bored with everything that Earth offered musically, so they decided to team up and set out in their spaceship in search of new sounds. And then, bleep, 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 because it's the old version that had references to things that were political. And then it carries on with, after traveling several, light years, la da da da. That's you, right?
Oh yeah, that does. Yeah, we met at Space Camp. We met at a school when we were in high school. I think we were like 16 or something. 15.
Are either of you guys? I think I heard one of you say you're a nerd. Or tech nerd or something. We're all tech nerds, but what's your nerdship?
What's my nerdship?
Yeah, man. What do you nerd out on the most, man?
Oh man, that's so much and so many different levels. Like just science fiction in general, one. Music, two. Like any nerdy comics, Star Trek, Star Wars, like anything science fiction. Like I'm a nerd just in general, and I'm a nerd. Like I do nerdy stuff for work as well. Like I like professionally. So I don't know. I'm a nerd in general. I don't like people very much. Oliver is an exception.
Would you call you're introverted? Is this Oliver takes the extroverted part?
learn the skill how to be in social environments, I guess. You know what I mean? Like I don't necessarily love. I'm a DJ, but like it's fun. But I don't love being in huge crowds. Does that make sense? Like I became a DJ because like you almost like you're involved, but like you're not like in like the thick of the crowd, being like shoved and pushed and. Yeah,
it totally makes sense. I mean, I would say I'm probably people say I would put me in the extrovert category, but man, I hate crowds.
Yeah, I mean, I like a few like I like select people like this. I'm not a huge partier. Like I would rather for me like a fun night if I'm not. I'd rather just be making music. I don't know. Like I get lost pretty easily.
I'm curious on that note. Do you guys think most of your let's say comrades, colleagues in the business, DJs, producers, what percent do you think is really into partying, and then what percent do you think is kind of like, not so much into partying and just really more focused on making music and playing music?
Oh, I think it's.
Let me go back.
I'm not looking for anything too challenging here, Ollie.
I'd say like 50-50, but it all depends, where you're at, like
Yeah.
the festival, is it a club?
Yeah.
What type of an event is it? Could definitely go from 30, on both sides.
Yeah.
21-year-old me, it would probably definitely get a different answer. He'd be like, partying like all the time, like whatever. Like now that I'm like older and I just had a baby, like it's different. So like, you know what I mean?
That's also a pretty clever trick for a dude.
What?
Having a baby. You said you had a baby, did you?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It's that delay. It's that delay, folks.
Hey man.
It's just it's a lost in translation between USA and Canada.
My wife just had a baby.
Awesome. No, I'm totally cool. I think over here, at least what I hear most, it would be that we had a baby. Is that correct these days?
Right.
I mean, it's a personal choice. I don't know. I don't have any kids, so I'm just saying though, it's kind of funny how you can have a lot of different ways to say the exact same thing now. Interesting. But back to your nerd side and crowds. What you guys were at Shambhala, or what was your last festival for the season?
We did Motion Notion.
Ooh, that looked big, man. How about what?
There's I'd say 2,000 to 3,000 people. I would guess.
Huh. All right. How many? If you're allowed to share, what was the what the numbers were at Electric Love this year? Significantly bigger. I know that.
Yeah, we're. I don't really want to say the exact number, but we're definitely doubling.
Okay.
Which is super huge.
Yeah, that's what I thought. At least looked like twice the size. So I think it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, our set at Electric Love, we had an absolute blast.
So yeah, came in there and like you were MIA for like all the way up until like the very last second. Like, where's Oliver? And then I guess he came sprinting across. Like that was the most fun I've had playing that.
Oh, dude, I had a blast, man. That was like Thursday night, and I was like running over there to find you guys because I mistakenly got the wrong stage. And now that there's lots more people there and bigger stage production, it's actually a little harder to just hear, something off in the distance and go that way because you've got several things going on. But
were you at our set?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. I have like 10 pictures with you. I was all fanboyed up in there. I was hanging out with the dancers in the helmets that didn't quite work right. I mean, it was a great idea, but costumes are always crazy. Because that was during your set and probably other sets too. But there were a couple dancers that had some clear helmets on, right? Not like yours, but like more like clear balls, right?
Yeah, for sure. Theirs are kind of more. They're definitely like a.
I just only saw one picture of that.
They're like a hard material. I would guess from looking at them.
Oh yeah, they looked like I took pictures with them and they knocked me in the head. They were like a plexiglass or like an acrylic like ball almost.
Plexiglass. That's what they look like.
Yeah, and they were just they didn't really have like a neck thing. So this probably won't surprise you, but I have some experience with acrylic balls. So when I was making this project, this LED project that some friends of mine thought was really cool, that were doing a regional burn in not here, but over on the East Coast, and anyway, so I had this prototype that I had made these super bright LED flashing to the music, kind of jellyfish after some of the artwork on one of my albums. And anyway, they thought it was really cool. So I applied for an art grant with Burning Man thinking, no way, dude. But I went ahead and did all the diagramming and stuff for the lights as well as building it. And I had to, so then they come back and they're like, oh yeah, if you could, we like it. Can you, it qualifies. Could you give us like a more precise parts list? And I'm thinking, dude, I just went and I was using things like kids' inner tubes and all sorts of things I could, like a salad bowl that was clear, just whatever stuff I could find at the dollar store. And I'm like, I can't put like that on the thing for the, the application. So I went out and found this company that is like up in the Northeast US somewhere, and they manufacture any kind of acrylic dome you want, which I thought was pretty sweet, man. So I had them make me up, to spec. Anyway, I ended up making that out of those and got the art grant. It was pretty cool. I don't have them hanging in here, but Ollie, you've seen the big orange ones, the fabric ones before. And it's kind of like you can just see a part of one side or the other of me right there. You can see a part of his head. Sorry, folks. You have to go look for the album or the TTR World Tour CD cover somewhere. You can see the whole thing. But anyway, yeah. So it was amazing what stuff you can just get made anywhere, man. Acrylic domes, whatever. But but mine didn't go on my head, so I didn't have to make like a neck piece for it. It wasn't a problem like that,
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Well, our helmets are basically
Ever evolving. We're on version 3.0 now.
Oh, bring them down. Break down the helmet for me. You can tell I'm into that shit.
Yeah. So this is kind of what the new look we're kind of going for here. See that?
Oh yeah, we can see that front and center, man.
Making it a little bit more
Astronaut. Turn it to my side.
Yeah, I like it. It's like this is more like all white, if I'm not incorrect. Yeah, and then just the face. It's kind of like that. It's like a clean look.
Yeah. It's super. It's still chrome.
Yeah.
What?
And they were different. Are they both the same, or you guys got hobo personalities here, or you got they're both similar?
Maybe similar, but this is what they look like.
This
is kind of what they used to look like, but I made some changes.
Okay. So you can flip it up. That's classic.
We got like fans installed inside, and so this one will look like that when it's done. We've just done more work on that one so far.
So,
yeah, awesome.
Like we got the battery packs on the back for the fans, and then we install our headphone basically inside, so it's fully contained. You get DJ for an hour, hopefully once we're done with them.
Oh, that's sweet. So has that? It sounds like that has been a problem, perhaps, with trying to DJ with those on. Is that?
Yeah, humans have to breathe.
It's been a learning process. Like first of all,
you didn't call up. You couldn't call up Deadmau5 and be like, "What up?"
feel claustrophobic when I first started. I know all of it. It's like you feel like info that's really pretty. At the start, like, oh god. But then you kind of get all over, like when you kind of get into it, like we sweat. So if you take it off, like it's like fills with steam, and then so we install fans. So it's just been like this process to get it to a point where we can like DJ comfortably. And it's getting there. It's getting closer every time.
Yeah, most definitely. I think we've lasted about 40 minutes was our longest run in the helmet. And we want to be able to kind of get to the point where we could just DJ them in the helmet the whole time.
Yeah. Well, you gotta be able to pull off the marshmallow shit, right? Do American Ninja.
That's all about the gimmick.
You got to do American Ninja with your helmets on, right?
Really. Yeah.
Speaking of helmets, who's got the bigger head?
I'm pretty sure, for sure I do,
I'm
but
pretty sure mine is like bigger, like mine was. We both have pretty.
Wait a minute. Is one of you, have you ever actually tried the other person's helmet on, or is it like you can't do that?
no, yeah, no, we have. It's they're basically the helmet's made of foam, and you buy a patent online.
I just like when I mean the bones of it is just like a pattern off of a cosplay website. Evil Ted, if you ever like look him up. He's like got some dope stuff. The guy's amazing at foam
Evil Ted.
Evil Ted, and then like Google space helmets, like or like that's kind of how it started, and we've definitely added our own signature to them and like made them our own. But that's where the pattern's from, and I just bought the pattern and then like I made it. Basically, the foam is like the exercise mats, essentially. Like you buy like
Oh, huh. Well, I've always wondered like how I went and found. Ironically, I went looking for mouse helmets one day because I was just curious, like, if Dead Mouse came up with that design on his own or if it was somewhere else. And I don't know. I found like a manufacturer that just made them, like blanks of them. So I don't know who came first. I mean, he may very well have been responsible for the whole design or whatever. But it also is possibly not. I mean, because I understand that the Dead Mouse was like his chat handle or something like that, not necessarily related, quote unquote, to a mouse in the beginning. So per se. So anyway, I don't know the whole story. I certainly don't know him personally, but it was funny to me. You can go out and find, and this is years ago, not like after he became super popular. Like you could go out and find that basically the same exact thing, and you can go buy it. And it's nothing to do with Dead Mouse at all. It's like $5 from one of these like Alibaba Chinese shipping companies or something.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if they would have. I don't know if they would be like the Dead Mouse one has to be more than $5. That thing's got to have like aircon in it, and
well, it was weird because it was like you guys were saying with your Evil Ted guy, that does the foam stuff. Like it wasn't like a fully functional Dead Mouse helmet. That's why I thought it was funny because it was really just like the blank. So it's like art supplies essentially. You basically buy it and then go create your own shit. And then I thought, well, maybe. Who knows? Maybe homie bought like 100 of them. He has a lifetime supply and has somebody that makes up all the different artistic pieces of it, in the air conditioning and the battery packs and lights and all and whatever. Because it seems that there's different flavors of them from time to time.
I know he definitely has one. Yeah, this is definitely a project.
I think Marshmallows is just a $5 orange bucket from Home Depot.
Yeah, it looks like it just looks like it's getting pumped with air or something.
Yeah. Actually, underneath in his helmet, I was watching a documentary on it. It was like, or it was a part of a documentary. It's actually
really
helmet now. It's like it's insane. They actually showed the original, and it was kind of like you said. It was just like a bucket, inside
He passed out in a couple shows. It was like, yo, tour manager, we got to get this shit straight or I'm not going to be able to perform. Can you imagine, like, you got all your shit worked out, you blow up kind of without really DJing, and you just learn to DJ, and you go out there and hit the circuit, and you're, like, totally passing out from a wardrobe malfunction?
That would suck.
That would be pretty funny, to be honest.
Electric gloves from a wardrobe malfunction. I'm stepping up in front of the stage.
Right.
The helmet, I couldn't see the drop.
Yeah. It's not the easiest to see sometimes with the helmet with like the lighting and it's sure you can kind of see where everything is on the mixer, but when it comes to like actually walking around in it
confidently your environment.
Yeah, it's like as long as someone has velcroed your feet like to the position in front of the turntables, you're good, right? The CDJs.
Don't move.
Don't move, you're good here.
Just those magnetic boots like they have in these sci-fi films where you flip the lever down and it like somehow turns on the gravity and you stick to the moon.
That'd be fucking rad. Someone can do that. We should get at that.
Well, it's in all kinds of sci-fi movies, so I don't know what's up with that, man. Yeah. What do you guys? What's the dream for 2019, man? You got some good club gigs and the taste of the festies this year. And what's your like? I got you gave me the long-term vision, global exploration at light speed. What about like next year? What would be like top on your list of fun shit to do with Galactic Hobos?
Definitely want to try. Like, definitely our goal is to perform at Shambhala Music Festival. That's kind of our local goal for sure.
Yeah.
But like over the next 6 months, we're definitely going to be in the studio and kind of planning our next tour and trying to create as much creatively as we can.
Yeah, creatively, and sort of establish our identity even more and get the sound of it. We have a bunch of like free songs that we've given away. We're going to be giving away a bunch more. We're just trying to grow the fan base. It's kind of like we stumbled into this, and this has been the most fun I've had producing music ever. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. What's some tips from your neck of the woods on like your thoughts on kind of getting your shit together once you realize, oh, we're gonna do this. Like you came up with a name and stuff like that, but then once you kind of got a name and you're like cool, and you got maybe a style or lack of style, whatever it may be, kind of where would you suggest someone like that goes from there, who's kind of thinking about getting into it all? You know what I mean? What are like a few of the pointers you might give them or directions to go to kind of get their head around what it takes to do all this?
They need to make sure they have their own unique helmet design. That's super important.
Yeah. Number one, straight from the Galactic Hobos' mouth.
Start on the helmet. It'll get you going forever.
Do it because you love it. Like, find a sound or like a style that you love to make, and like in the end, it's ultimately why I do it, and everything else after that is gravy, I guess. You know what I mean? It's like if you're passionate about something, just pursue it, and like eventually, like if you're passionate about something, that should lead you to like other like-minded people that are equally passionate about that style or sound, and that should hopefully grow your network and grow like.
Yeah. Well, it'll kind of find you. One thing I realize is there's so many people out there, dude. And the closer and closer, well, I don't know if we get closer together, but the more connected and the quicker we're able to go just check out something, not necessarily make a friend or whatever, but, hop on, check out a song, see a cool helmet, whatever it is, like the faster you can kind of skate around and do that online and whatever. It's like, it just seems like the more that happens, the more capability an audience has of finding you. Like it seems like you're able to really do that more so than maybe you could have before. And I mean by that kind of find a style you like and do your thing, and then someone out there will find you. Can't guarantee how many people, but
for sure. I mean, and also like if you have stuff of your own, someone will find you, sure, but also don't be scared. Like find other people as well. Like send songs, like send your demos out. Like you know what I mean? Like you can be the most amazing producer in the world, but you do scared like you can get criticism and rejection, which is very, very common. Like you'll get more no's than you will yeses. Like you know what I mean? And that's just the nature of the industry.
Yeah.
Be scared to send demos out, and you might not hear anything back. You might hear something back, or you might even get feedback, or they might sign the record. So I mean.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. And yeah, along those lines, when someone's talking about that kind of stuff, I usually suggest that they don't get down on yourself. It's not rejection, man, right? It's like, I mean, you get.
It's personal.
Yeah, it's not really, right? Like, I mean, it's just there's just so much. I mean, you just kind of have to look at the sheer pile of people that whatever that number is of people that are wanting to do something, and then there's a certain number of, large, medium, small, whatever labels that are able to help in any way. And there's just not enough sort of label time and release time to take in every release that everybody wants out. Right. I mean, that's kind of what SoundCloud's for, right? If you're, if you get tired of waiting, right, kind of put it out there. Along those lines, and Ollie, you having, one foot in a number of things, I think you have like 5 legs because you got feet in a few different aspects of the business. But along those lines, with kind of your label hat on, would you say like something that comes up from time to time? People ask me, do you think it's better to just start making what you like or you think you like, and use something like SoundCloud to kind of just go ahead and put it out there and get feedback and do these kind of things, or you have the opinion that that works against you, especially if some of the earlier stuff, is kind of not, let's say, up to par in terms of engineering or sound quality or whatever.
Yeah, I think get into it because you love it. Because if you don't, it's probably gonna get tired pretty quickly. But like there's two ways of looking at like me personally. Like looking back from when I first started producing, I probably shouldn't have put out a lot of those tunes. It's great now, putting out tunes with Galactic Hobos because we always know they're going to be tight, even though we're still progressing in our sound. So like, sure, you want to get your stuff out there. Maybe you just get your that's a tough one, really.
Yeah, I mean, you can always take it down, right? Like, it seems to me like if someone's trying to get feedback, like maybe don't spray it everywhere, like on every platform, like like as if you were distributing it, like to sell it, like once a release is like an official type release, even if you're independent. But maybe like contain it to SoundCloud or contain it to Mixcloud or whatever it is you're doing, whatever platform you're doing. Maybe where people can get, like where you could actually send the link, to some people you might meet that are putting out releases commercially, etc., to get their feedback and stuff. Or, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a good point you guys have too. I don't know if you put it out there and run the risk of who knows who seeing it and making a judgment for life, because sometimes people like to do that, right?
Aliases are kind of for, like, you ever, like, all of a sudden hear a track maybe you've never heard of before, like it's blown up overnight. They actually really blowly and had gone through like 5 iterations of like an alias, made various different music and released it, and then all of a sudden they changed the alias and it's a new sound or a new project, and it's just like they've gone through and they paid their dues and like what they're doing is like just sounds so amazing now, but like they probably got rejected and have people laugh at them releasing years before.
That's a really, really good point. Yeah. I did that. Now that you mentioned it, that's a really good point. What Agent 137, welcome back. Can you hear us?
I can. Hello.
I feel like you made it to the boat
In 30 minutes from Manhattan. Nice.
Wow, look at you go. That's how bad she wanted to come back and hang with the Galactic Hobos, man.
I mean, it was close, but yeah, I knew I could make it back. We got this. How you guys doing? What you been talking about? Give me the recap.
Talking about stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Bunch of dudes in a room talking about stuff. and now you came and made it better.
As I in the room, you talking about some music. I mean, hey, that's fine. That's what I'm here for too. It's all good.
We were just talking about beer, mostly.
Really? What kind of beer?
Not at all.
No beer.
No, I think at the very beginning we made 1 or 2 bad jokes about beer. That was it. I'd rather talk about rice, man. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, unofficial sponsor. I like this new tea. I got it. This is my Sumo Fish buddy out of San Francisco. Go check him out. Sumo Fish. It's a rice cooker.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he does. This is kind of his style. He's the artist that's done all the work on my 3 albums. Not the small releases, but the full album, long plays. He's done, and like the one behind me, you can see that similar style. You can kind of tell if you've seen enough of it, you can kind of tell the style. But yeah, really cool dude. Lives in the Bay Area. His handle is Sumo Fish S. I think the website is Big Sumo or something like that. But he has his own t-shirt business and all that stuff. He just does side work for my stuff. But yeah, a lot of fun. Check it out. You can find all kinds of dragons and things, as it may be. Hey, I saw you guys' logo. Is that speaking of logos? I saw you guys' logo. It's an EPS file. I couldn't drag it in, but if you just go out there and Google Galactic Hobos logo, you get the job done. Is that Oh, I thought it was a different one. I thought it was. I thought it had a little character, but it doesn't. There it is. on the hat. Hey, dude, where's my Galactic Hobos hat? Did you have those at Electric Love?
It's in the mail, man.
Yeah.
Wait, what? One person had it. Who was it?
Not me.
You were like, "Oh, somebody has it." No, it wasn't you. I know it wasn't you. Why would you be asking for it?
It definitely wasn't me.
No, someone had it, and you were like,
Don't see the camera.
I think we've got
Not many.
Galactic Hobos hats.
maybe it was.
Yeah.
That's. I think that was your point. There weren't that many out there, and someone had it.
Super limited edition, like
Limited
it's
edition.
almost like they got added. It's like they got added on to the end of a run of another gear run, and then like you got 6 of them in there or something, and got them squeezed out.
No, we actually went to the store downtown. Super expensive, but yeah, we're definitely gonna run them at the end of an order coming up here, which should make them a little cheaper.
I'll buy one. Do you take Venmo? Is Venmo big in Canada?
You take the Venmo. You got the Venmo.
Aware of what that is. So does that answer your question?
You don't know what it is. Well, that's okay because this is a trip, dude. When Michelle was down here, she was. It was funny because 2 things. It's the simplest little things that like you just wouldn't think of the case between like Canada and U.S., but they are. And it was like at a restaurant, and she was going to pay, and of course we don't have the little thing here that they bring to the table, like the little card thing, swipe thing. So that was confusing at first to her, and then the other thing, which was really cool, was at one of the places, it was like a grocery store or something, and she just tapped her card, I guess the little magnetic thing in it or something. She just tapped it on the little counter thing, and it rang it up, and I didn't even know that worked like that. I've never seen anybody do it here, which is really funny. She's like, "Oh, they don't all work that way," and I was just like, "I have never seen that in my life." So yeah, just take the card and just tap it. It wasn't like a slide or an insert. Like we have to do this stupid, clumsy like insert the thing, and my cards don't work the other way. So anyway, I thought it was pretty funny, but I think Canada's got us whooped right there for sure.
You tap anything up to $100.
Oh, yeah, it does, dude. That's pretty sweet. I mean, that's even faster than like kind of Apple Watch and Google Pay or Apple Pay, Google Pay, all the different pays now. Isn't it sweet now? You got like the machine and it has like 11 ways to pay. Isn't that funny? Can you imagine what that might do to like someone who's like 80 who's trying to like write a check? Have you ever been behind someone still trying to write a check? And people like the cashier is almost like, I don't even know what to do with this. What do you do with a check, dude?
Yeah, that's times are definitely changing, right? Bitcoin, wallets, online wallets,
Galactic Hobos.
Galactic Hobo crypto.
Yeah.
What if you had your own cryptocurrency? What would it be called? Would it be Hobo Coin?
Oh, that's so dope. That rolls right up.
It kind of rolls nice, huh? Hobo Coin. I wonder if the .com is there.
Yeah, we're getting on that.
Hobo Coin TM.
You guys could just get you could get a batch of stickers done up that just say Hobo Coin, and those would be your coins. Hey, speaking of our 2 countries, respectively, kind of timely. Like I guess we got a new sweet trade deal apparently, huh? I don't know if it's sweet or not, but we got a new trade deal apparently. Are you guys gonna buy? I just heard some like edit outs, really more like Saturday Night Live almost. But are you guys gonna buy more cheese and dairy products from us?
What?
Actually, I just got a bunch of cheese from the state. She was down in Seattle for a couple of meetings, and yeah, she brought up like bricks of cheese. Like I got cheese for a while.
Well, cheese for days. Well, what I want to really know, the part that interests me the most when I was listening to these snippets and they were talking about, cheese, dairy, wheat, shit like that, being more open across borders. The part I really wanted to know is if we're going to be able to import that poutine a little bit cheaper.
Oh, I see where you're going. Why did I not catch that? My bad.
I tell you, I'm on with a whole bunch of sharp people, and they didn't even see the poutine coming.
The curds are coming.
We cannot make it here, guys. So please, if you have any voting rights or something that sort of promotes getting better poutine cheese curds to U.S., that would be great. Thanks, dudes.
I don't think it's a thing. You guys it's just like a thing that you do every once in a while, right? For us, we're like poutine.
Yeah, they don't even get excited about it.
Poutine's everywhere. Poutine's in Montreal. Like, we live in BC. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, anyone could order cheese curds to make poutine. Very easy.
I'm sure Amazon can deliver them to you. I'm sure they can.
Totally.
Order them
Cheese curds. That's all you need for poutine.
Wow.
All right, dudes. What do you when you're not? I'm peeling back the onion here, folks. When you're not making music, what are you guys doing? I know you're nerding out on sci-fi stuff. Ollie, I know a little bit about you, but what do Galactic Hobos do when they're off season, not making music? It's winter time there, right? What are you doing? What do you do?
We're never not making music. We're kind of always. It's kind of our lives, basically. Like I work in film and TV. Like I do music for like film and TV, for like Netflix and stuff like that. So
Oh, nice.
As I said, my wife and I just had a baby, so like I'm survived, and I'm a really big advocate for other things like Parkinson's, and I do lots of like charity stuff for them when I can. Kind of me, and then.
Me, yeah, I work for a music festival.
We're not naming names today.
Oh, so you got a degree? Did you guys already talk about this?
No, we didn't, but we're close. Run with it, Kelly. That's a great question.
So you got a degree in festival management, yes?
Yeah, I just took some courses. There's no real degree into that. I guess
did the festival come first?
They don't hand you a big certificate or medallion with an owl on it?
Well, I think it's the Electric Love Medallion, and it's like this big, and he turns around, and he's so tall. Like, you don't think he's that tall, but he's no. But what came first, the festival or the egg?
I went to school. I started a festival called Bass Fest when probably 6 years ago now, and our second year doing Bass Fest really started. It wasn't just me; we were turning it into more of a festival. So, my business partner and I, went to event and festival management. And it was at BCIT. We both passed flying colors. We learned so much stuff. We sat down with kind of like the promotion giants, of BC, was it Brand Live, and we were able to go on tours of like really big event spaces. So it was a great experience.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you get to learn what would you say are like the main categories of like a like festival preparation? I don't know, like 4 or 5 like main things you just can't screw up. You shouldn't screw up. Sorry. Like top 5 shit that should be on anyone's list is
5 things that you can't screw up.
One.
Well, you shouldn't mess up, right? Like if you mess these 5 up, you just need to go home and start over.
Land, like the piece of land that you're putting it on, you can't mess up your headliner acts. You can't mess up you can mess up your ticketing process. Those are like those three right there are kind of the giants that you're constantly looking at.
Land, headliners, and tickets. That sound pretty damn important.
There's so many things you've done right.
Yeah, if you don't sell tickets, if you don't actually like sell any tickets or make any tickets to sell, you're not gonna.
Well, yeah.
True. But you do a really good job of selling tickets, though, too.
Well,
I'm the sunshine blower.
woo, blowing the sunshine. Well, okay, so we were talking about music and you guys making music, putting music out, these kinds of things, and you have some experience there. Both of you do in terms of releasing music and those big fat paychecks that come back and all that stuff. And so and it was kind of funny, when I was asking about important thing for like a new act or someone who figures out they stumble into their own or whatever, and now they gotta kind of go promote or something because you got to do that. And your first answer was get a great helmet, which I thought was kind of great because making music is one thing. I don't think necessarily DJing, at least to a certain level, is all that difficult. The barrier to entry is very low currently. We didn't really talk about that, but my guesstimate usually, and most people I ask this question that are on here that already know how to DJ, are like, you could probably teach somebody how to survive, in a DJ booth in about a week. That's my guess.
Sure. Now we were talking about this before. We didn't really ever kind of answer this. You asked earlier how long did it take to learn how to DJ. We both learned on vinyl.
Yeah, me too.
Thinking that if people were still playing on vinyl, you probably I don't know. I probably would want longer than a week.
No. Nowadays you can just sync everything. If you
Sure.
really want
Yeah.
So.
That's what I mean. Like you could teach somebody DJ survival skills. Like if DJ whatever. I don't want to say even XYZ because that's probably some DJ's name, but whatever. You get my point. If DJ Lamb Chops came up and was like, "Yo, we've been friends for years. I got a gig this Saturday," and it's like Sunday, you could be like, "Oh, no problem. By Wednesday, I think I can teach you survival skills." I really think that's possible today.
Now the technology and the way things are done, like I would basically I would teach them how to turn on the sync function, and then basically this is where you want to start your mixing, and then absolutely,
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Like quantize, sync, talk a little bit about measures, like the least amount possible about music theory and rock and roll, right?
Probably okay.
Probably do okay. So, having said that, I'm coming back around. Having said that, I'm not walking anybody into a trap here, other than myself. Well, it's interesting because, there are so many things you can learn as a DJ in terms of DJ performance. So I'm definitely not knocking that. But let's assume you have survival skills, and maybe majority of the folks that probably buy tickets, as long as things don't train wreck or sneakers in the dryer, consistently throughout a set, most people are pretty happy if the music's good, right? So let's assume that part's kind of easy. I think, it does seem that the helmet and things like that may be equally as important, not to the artist per se, but to the sort of advancement of one's career. Do you think that's true? Like, is the music really, you think, is that really why someone's, to a certain level, or does it change at a certain level?
I think we need to be producing, good music, for someone to follow you or like you or be a fan. I think that the helmets are.
I was joking. It's
more of a fun thing.
It's fun. It's fun for everybody.
I think so too. But a lot of people. I make all sorts of kitschy shit, and people like it. I'll never discount the fact that there's people that remember me because of a yo-yo I gave them, dude. I know they're not listening to my music year round, but they'll come out to a show and I'll see them and they'll be like, "Dude, you gave me a yo-yo last year." So it does work. Yes, I think though they're there for the music. At least I tell myself that.
It does enhance.
So.
People see things they haven't seen before. It does enhance that experience when they're there to dance and party for sure. And that's kind of just something that we adopted and started doing for fun, and kind of consumed large portions of my life for the last few months, which has been. But it's,
Totally. The arts and crafts department has been really busy over the last.
Yeah, dude. I know how that goes. I can totally relate to that. Well, part of my conversation on this one as well is because I don't see it as often as I used to, but the kind of lambasting of artists that, let's say this whole notion of a pre-recorded set and or something like that. And I've always thought to myself, dude, I wonder if the people that are making that claim know for sure if they've even DJ, because like it's not that hard. So, you really, especially if you already know how to DJ and you have a long history DJing already, I mean, really, it's not that complicated. So you could easily have the time. I thought about it. Like if you're not having to flip through vinyl, pull out sleeves, throw the record on, cue it, yada, 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 all that kind of stuff, which you're not. Like you're essentially like, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, you're loaded up and ready to roll. So it is almost like, hopping on the stage, whether that's for you or not, or getting on the mic. We see a lot more of that stuff. And, running around, throwing cake, whatever. I mean, there's plenty of time to do that. My point is there's plenty of time to do those activities. This is Mythbusters, because I think there's a lot of people that think that just because you're running around throwing cake, that you're not actually doing the same level of mixing or effort that someone else is. And I'm not sure that's the case, because I don't know that people realize just how fast someone who really knows what they're doing with CDJs, for example, can mix, right?
You could like these days, like us personally, we're on USB sticks.
Yeah.
It's really easy to get to our next song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And really, like for a lot of our mixes, it's a really quick mix. Like you're basically almost half hip hop mixing, like you're dropping it quickly into, big breakdowns or whatever it is. Like you have time to go throw some cake at the audience.
Yeah. Well, you have time to wear a helmet or whatever, right? Which may impede you a little bit, and I love me some Galactic Hobos, man. I had a blast at you guys' set that I was at. But I'm just saying, hey, just a little bit of chat, digging back under the sensitivity onion of some people's DJ fingernails. I think there's plenty of time to do that. And now this one, if anyone hears this now or later, this may make some people mad. But for me personally, I think I'm borderline, depending on club, festival, day party, night party, whatever, I think I might rather spend the time, not maybe cake, that's not my thing, that shtick's already taken, but whatever it is I come up with that I might want to do on stage that doesn't require hands on the decks, I think I might rather spend some time doing that rather than, flipping mixer knobs and things like that don't necessarily need to be done.
I mean, dancing works.
What's that?
Dancing around works.
It does work. Dancing works. That's a great way to spend the time.
Absolutely. Having a good time.
Dancing. All right. Fine, children. I beat that horse to death. Hey, speaking of headliners and performers, you guys, or regional friends, whatever, that headline things that folks or don't know. Do you have any experience with? This is more myth busting, and I don't know. I don't have any experience with this. Do you have any experience with promoters telling people, for example, what songs they have to play, like specifically? Because maybe they have big hits or something. Have you ever experienced that?
I've heard that before, and I've heard some definite situations where the artist basically told the promoter, no, I will not play those songs anymore. Those songs are from 4 years ago, and they don't fit my set. And I know there's that can definitely happen, right? Like artists do want to play their new stuff, But then I also understand the other side of it. You're booking that artist to play the songs that are their biggest songs, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at, like you said, when you're looking at those headliners, you're looking at a number of different things that are essentially going to relate to ticket sales, right? And that's the business. Makes sense. And part of whatever popularity they have or draw they have is clearly based on some level of discography. In most cases, it's not usually just DJ mixing these days. And it's based on some set of songs, not necessarily a set they're going to play in order, but it's based on some group of songs that they've produced and or have made it big with, right? So yeah, that's always interesting to me. I started asking for requests now. I don't know. Do y'all ever ask for requests? Do you ever do that?
Yeah, you're the only one who didn't ask for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought I would nip it in the bud, and now when I get booked for an event, I just go on the event. Like I don't make a big deal of it, but I'll go on the Facebook event and post and tell people to make any requests they want. If it's my songs.
Can you send me the link to the page? I'll make some requests. I'll troll.
You're gonna troll me. Oh, I get trolled hard, man. Even though I say my songs or the label songs, and then I put a link, maybe to Beatport or SoundCloud or something, so they could like have a little bit of a push if they don't know the titles or something right off. Yeah, I get trolled hard. And in fact, I got trolled on some songs so many times that I just went ahead and made some edits of those songs and then played them at the show anyway.
Really?
Yeah,
Like, no.
I'm gonna. Oh yeah, I got a really mean Sandstorm edit. I'm gonna put it out for free soon.
Oh, I saw you keep saying anything but Sandstorm,
Yeah,
which means everyone's going to tell you Sandstorm because that's you.
yeah, that started as a joke, but it's about to come out as a Wes Smith club edit. I know that's gonna be high on the Galactic Hobos rotation. You might, dude. You might decide it's a good festival banger for you. You never know. It might change everything you think about music. I doubt it, but it might.
You should do like a Rickroll / Sandstorm mashup.
Hey,
I started DuckTales theme song, which I thought was pretty funny. Oliver hates it, but it's...
What is it?
I did a drum and bass remix of the DuckTales theme song.
Ah, nice. Hey, that's a good that's a funny one, dude. I love all the ideas out there. That's one of the things I love. I miss the revenue related to traditional record sales, but man, I tell you, I love one of the things I love about the internet helping and or destroying a lot of different or just changing the way things work is just the accessibility to freaking everything, man. Like you can find anything anymore. Theme shows, songs, whatever, everything. It's all there. Snippets, news broadcasts, whatever. You can go out there and find anything and get a pretty decent quality, rip of it. All the tools are there to get whatever you want, do whatever you want. It's pretty amazing, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
It absolutely is.
That's the one-word answer, hobo.
Yes. I agree.
We know he wears the hobo pants.
Wait, do hobos wear pants? We don't wear pants and juice. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
they both. Yeah, we're not wearing pants right now. Are you guys wearing pants?
No, we don't wear pants.
I'm wearing shorts. Take it easy, folks. I'm wearing shorts. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Hey,
Cold up here in Canada. Like
that's true.
Where we at? We're Celsius up here, but
No,
it's cool.
we have Celsius.
Yes. Well, one thing we can all relate to is we could just sort of redefine things around basically an ice cube, right? We could just use that as our point of reference, right? It's colder than an ice cube. Ice cubes are melting. We're good. Water's boiling. We should just scrap all these meters and metrics and numbers and shit and just use that.
I have to say I don't feel very dumb very often, but when I went to Canada, the whole Celsius thing just screwed me up, and everyone kept saying it's 37, it's 37, and I'm like, oh, that's so cold.
Oh yeah, it really messes me. It really messes me up. Wait a minute, I keep getting sidetracked. What man? It's all these synapses. Help somebody. I was going to ask you about. Well, we were talking about edits and stuff like that. Have you guys put out any edits or mashups, that kind of stuff? Is that in the same spot? People just go find you on SoundCloud, find that stuff if you have. Or are you not into that?
No, we will be. When you say put out edits, like just like a remake, like an edit of a.
Yeah, of like songs you can't sell, basically like mashups of stuff. I mean, technically a mashup is in theory two different songs mashed up, but an edit / mashup.
We're working on a couple of remixes that we will be giving away for free. But we actually have done a party as a free tune. If you want to download it, feel free. It's on the SoundCloud page.
Well, we're working on what's the Don't Stop Believing Journey remix right now, and then we've also got Avenue, Don't Call Me Baby.
We played that at Electric Love.
Nice. You're gonna get. I mean, there's an argument to be made. Like, I don't know. I'll ask you guys. Do you think that you're better if you're gonna spend studio time, whatever, in your own computer, laptop, or your big studio, or whatever? Is the time better spent on? I have two questions about this. Is the time better spent on making edits, as we've just defined them, or pure originals?
Both.
Yeah, I think it's got to be both for sure. You know what I mean? I want a good arsenal of everything, so that when you are performing, you have all those tracks. I think originals are definitely, are definitely important because it's you or your artist on a plate, basically. Right?
What do you? Well, true, yeah. I mean, even though your style may shine through in an edit as well, mashup edit, but which it should, or generally will. But yeah, interesting. What do you think about people? What do you think about people that have made basically they're big because of the edits. Maybe they make original music as well, but you go visit their SoundCloud page or whatever, and it's clearly all of the whatever R&B or hip hop mashups, usually unofficial stuff. That's usually the stuff with most of the plays on it. Any like?
I mean, I have that's kind of like so DJing and DJing for sure, like hip hop DJs just sound like looping and scratching the break section like the best part of the song. I think it's totally fine, man. I do both. I make original music, but I have no problem remixing something or doing like an edit of something that I think is cool, like whether it's DuckTales,
Star Wars, Star Trek. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't either. I just think it's interesting. I think it's probably been going on for a very long time, but it's just more accessible now, where people can, like I was saying, you can find anything and everything you want and mix it up, and just like memes and other things that are essentially a play on other people's original, art. You're in the business of the art of changing that art, right? Not necessarily all original, but doing something creative with it. People get famous that way. I don't have a problem with it at all. I mean, I've definitely put out my share of edits and mashups, and some of them have definitely been fantastic, and others are like, but yeah.
I think it's like the new, the new age we're in right now, like 10, 20 years ago, you were producing music and you didn't want to put it out anywhere. You wanted to make sure a label grabbed it and then that grew. Like it was almost, looked down on to put out your music for free back then. But there's been like this whole shift where, you give it away, but you get something in return, right? Because you're getting a follow, or you're getting a comment, or you're getting, whatever it is to give that music away. So in turn, that is kind of payment for it.
Yeah, certainly a valid way to look at it. Yeah, and I agree with I certainly agree with some of that. But I mean, it's Yeah. What do you think about, since you're involved with label stuff, what do you think about like the real role of a label anymore anyway? What should a label do, I guess? If you're going to go through that route, what do you think a label should do with an artist, you know? Like what should be the reason you would really want to do that versus just doing your own thing?
Huh. Yeah, well, the label's job is distribution, but these days it seems like getting a label is easier. But the label's job is to promote it, gather all the information, gather the tune, get it put out, and then promote it. How you
Package it in the beginning, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, maybe artwork. I think you might have said that.
or all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's cool. And I guess it's just weighing, more talking for somebody that might listen to this later or now, is just you're kind of weighing, I guess, if you're debating whether to do it or not to do it. For me personally, I wouldn't wait too long. Like certainly wouldn't wait long enough for something to get stale, in your opinion, or whatever.
On that note,
What happened?
no idea.
Oh,
Are you back? Are you back?
We're all here. We're all here. We haven't gone anywhere. Did you lose us for a second?
I think so, yeah.
You guys are frozen in time.
Oh, occasionally that happens. I think it's something to do with that new USMCA trade agreement, dude. we got all kinds of net neutrality problems over here in California, man. I don't know if you follow that stuff, but man, they're going crazy. So California, then California decided to just go ahead and pass its own net neutrality reversal, basically to. It was passed already during like Obama era, and it was pretty open and free. You couldn't restrict the speed for a particular internet service like Netflix, right? And then it got overturned shortly after Obama left the building, and then California just went renegade and was like, "Screw it, man! We're just going to pass our own thing." And make it even more open than it was even before. So that's got people in a tizzy. But I'm all for that. That's one I can definitely go with. California does some funky stuff like that, man. I hope it doesn't ever slide off the side of the country here, because they do come up with some crazy stuff, but also some really good stuff that quite often over here, at least the rest of the country often ends up adopting it at some point over the years. Does that happen with Vancouver and BC? Do things typically get adopted and kind of pushed a little bit, ahead of the curve in BC, and then it goes across Canada, or is that not the case? They're staring at each other. He's winding up his answer. It can even be music, not politics, just music, music styles. It happens with a lot of stuff here.
Sure, but I mean, you'd be surprised. It's like there's a great art scene in Winnipeg, and I don't know. I mean, it kind of. I don't actually really know, to be honest. I'm sure it could happen. I mean.
Well, if you were going to say, like, I don't know, some big, music or music fashion or whatever thing that rose up in Canada, like pick a spot, like any particular spot you can think of. Like I could tell you for sure, if you asked me where I thought, like the whole, the hipster look, which is kind of a revival of an older European hipster thing anyway. But if you asked where that really popped out at, I would tell you some parts of LA and Brooklyn and New York,
Right.
Certainly the fashion side of it, maybe the music as well.
I'm not sure.
The sort of the activewear look that many women rock now, like the yoga pants, like the Lululemons, that's definitely like taking over the world, and that's all originated in Vancouver, man.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh? I didn't know that. Lucky you crazy guys. Yeah, that stuff's expensive, man. Hey, I wear tights. It's equal opportunity, everybody.
Tights right now.
I wear them I'm wearing them right now. I wear them to run, not all the time, just sometimes. It gets cold, man. It gets like 60. It gets like twice twice as warm as a melting ice cube, and you know, I gotta put some tights on, man. They don't go all the way to my ankles. Don't y'all get all crazy. They just go like to just past my knees, man. They keep my legs warm, dude. Haters. Hey, another fashion thing. I painted my two big toenails, man. I was sitting there. A friend of mine, an ex-girlfriend of mine, took me to a spa day after Burning Man. So y'all ever had a manicure and a pedicure? You ever been to a spa like that?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Everybody on here has. They're just like, no. They're like, no, but we want to hear the story. Anyway, no, she just took, your feet are all dirty and busted after Burning Man. So anyway, I went there, and of course the ladies that are running the shop there, they get to the point where they're like, what nail color? And I was like, oh boy. I was like, I can't do, I was like, I can't do clear, nothing. I got to do something. So I had them do my two big toes in blue. I've actually got it's dark blue. And then I had them, but I didn't just leave it at blue because I needed some explanation. I had them put the 747 from the camp, that had all the problems there post Burning Man, and then the 50K, which I told those two stories in the beginning of our chat today. So they're still on my toes. It's kind of funny. I walk around in flip-flops in a place that's not maybe as open-minded as San Francisco or Burning Man, and someone will finally see them and kind of be like, hey, dude, what's up with your toes? I went to the oral surgeon today, and I was sitting there in the chair in flip-flops, and I've seen this guy like 10 times while he's doing these implants in my mouth, and he's like, tell me about the toes, man. So it kind of works. So my point, guys, Galactic Hobos, is, we were talking about kitschy things and yo-yos and helmets and all this stuff. I think dude's big toenails might be the next landscape.
Here's what they look like. So post a picture.
That's my punchline, brother. Oh, I got it, man. I might have to put that one in the show notes. I don't know if I got that readily available. But anyway, dudes, it's been awesome talking to you guys. What else you got that you want to I'm sure you guys want to wrap up and eat or do something. I don't know. We're all in the same time zone here except for Kelly. But
it's past about that time.
I'm gonna work out you guys' last comments while you're telling the world whatever else you want them to tell the world. I'll see if I can find my toenail picture, and then we'll wrap it up, dudes. What's up, man? It's your red carpet, baby.
Oh, let's go. I don't know. I think we covered a lot of the stuff that we're doing. We've got this EP that we're stopping around, and working on lots of music. So it'll definitely be a lot out. For sure.
I would love to end off saying, whatever your passion is, whether it's painting your toenails, whether it's anything, give her and chasing, regardless of your situation. I was diagnosed with Parkinson's when I was 24, and it's never stopped me. So just always so passionate about it, man. I feel like that was a low blow on my toenails. No, I'm sure they're lovely. I would paint mine, no problem with that.
I got a picture. I'm gonna get this for you, and I'm gonna bust this for you if you want to wait just a second. It might be worth it. I don't know. Different strokes for different folks. What while I'm downloading this picture real quick, what any shout outs to your Canadian homies?
Yeah.
Favorite restaurants, any of that kind of stuff going down?
Favorite restaurant?
Whatever, things that people listening that may go to Vancouver will want to check out. Other artists, friends of yours, that kind of stuff.
Tacofino restaurant in Gastown. That's amazing.
Check out our boys, our buds, Royal Blood. They're always putting out pretty good tunes. That's for sure.
Royal Blood and
Crow, Obi, Bunny.
Oh yeah, we got to get you. Well, hopefully sometime in the future, we'll be able to get you up into do something down here in San Diego. That'll be a lot of fun. You guys, and Ollie, you have unrelated to Galactic Hobos, but you guys do have a party coming up, right? A festival indoors thing. Are you guys playing at that?
No, I don't think we're not gonna be performing at that. It's gonna be kind of more bass music with like drum and bass and like a little bit of house upstairs.
Gotcha.
Up on November 16th and Friday, November 16th at the Waldorf Hotel.
Awesome, man. Cool. We'll try to remember to put a link or something to a few of the things we talked about in the old show notes. Oh, here's this picture. I got it. Yeah, dude. Here it comes. I know everyone's excited.
Oh my god.
Whoa, that's all right.
Yeah, you saw it here first, folks.
Oh my god. This is the man that will not share toenail or fingernail clippers. You got your toes did. Okay.
Hey, I'm just saying, folks. If you can't have fun, what can you do?
Exactly. I don't disagree.
We will pay you to do Galactic Hobos.
I'm telling you, all my space is for rent, folks. All of it. Podcast advertising, my toenails, my yo-yos, whatever. Bring it. We'll take all the options. Tweet us, Instagram us, Facebook us, whatever's going down. Hey, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out for a little bit. Good times. Stoked to see you guys, by way of, Ali and us having a few years of relationship around festivals and stuff now. Really cool to see you guys, though, on a serious note. Cool to see you guys. It was so much fun watching y'all play at that party. It really was. And where we were both at, Electric Love. And look forward to watching you guys make cool stuff. I'm enjoying your music. In fact, I've got something I'll send you that I did that I don't have a home for yet, but could. I don't have a home for it only because it's just a single at the moment. I'm going to send it to you guys and see if you like it. If you do, maybe remix it or something. I don't know. We'll talk about it if you want.
Do it.
Something like that. But awesome. Other than that, great words to the peeps. Thanks for anyone that listened now, later, future, whatever. Share it. Love it. Thank you so much. Treat each other nice. Love each other, especially us partisan folks. Love everybody. Stay classy, yo. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Hey, guys. Bye, guys.
See you later.
Have a good night.
We're off. Bye-bye.
Bye.